Hey guys, it's Michael. I'm just gonna make a little bit of a video update. Still in hospital, yes. There's a possibility of me in the next few days potentially getting out of hospital, but still no guarantees. My immune system is coming back. It's doubled since yesterday. However, my hemoglobin and platelet levels have not been stable in an up direction. They've always been coming down. So yesterday they tested, it was 75, they didn't like that. Today they tested, it was 79, they didn't like that. So they gave me blood 2 days in a row. They gave me blood yesterday and today. Then we had platelets, they were down at 10, so they gave me platelets just now. And all the stuff's gone, pretty much. Yeah. So I just had 2 meals of lunch because I've been feeling a lot more like eating now. And my strength is returning. So it's been over the last 4 or 5 days that my strength has returned to some degree. Now, based on what I understand, things will never be normal for a while again because my hemoglobin levels and my blood levels will affect my daily life and my daily routine for a while to come because they could affect how much harder my body has to work in order to get blood and oxygen around my body. So hemoglobin's being below 80 is pretty dangerous and not very good. As with this is cancer, but it's not a cancer that you can see. It'd be even hard to pick. You even had it in the first place. It came down to the bloods, and they did the blood tests. That's how they discovered something was off. They needed to do further assessment. That's how they discovered it. So someone could be walking down the street, perfectly healthy and fine, but they have a blood cancer. And there's people you'll see that are going to be in different conditions on different days. For me, I feel like I'm going to be walking around. People aren't going to know that I have cancer. I didn't even know I had cancer. You know, I did find there was some weird things that I felt weird, like my strength originally when I was working was up and down, but it seemed like maybe fatigue or exhaustion. It could have been linked to the COVID-19 recovery. I wasn't really sure about my strength at the time. Now, my strength, I felt it completely die off and feel really sick from just standing. And now my body's recovering. And so we're trying to maintain that recovery, and they're trying to sort of plan to build me up before transplant, because transplant could be graft versus host, and that would be very bad, and it'll weaken me when they finally do transplant, which is going to be easier on others, and it's going to be harder on me, because they take something from someone, and that's the easy part. The hard part is when you put it into someone else, and it's foreign. That's why there's the risk of graft versus host disease. There's a chance of a good life, there's a chance of not a good life. But we'll have to wait and see. But from what I've been made aware in my current condition, I still have 2 years terminal illness because I haven't had stem cell transplant. But that's the intent. And even with the stem cell transplant, there is always the risk that it won't fully succeed, or even succeed to the degree they want. They want to wipe out what blood, bad blood stuff is in my body that's producing, things badly, and they want to replace it with something fresh, something new, something that is better than what was in my body. Meaning, essentially, someone else's genetics is going to be my new genetics to some extent. And I'll be functioning with someone else's, stem cell growth. Because theirs is healthier than mine. They've got to find matches first. And they find the best donor and use the best donor. They prefer 100% match versus 50%. Because 50% is risky. Very risky. Higher risks of things going wrong, and the chance is just too high. So they'd rather have a match 100% than 50, but they can do 50s if they need to. Just preference for higher. Now I do feel like it's a struggle to breathe at the moment. I've just had 2 big meals, and I can feel like here sort of like you got that sort of choky feeling, like you need a drink, or like as if there's something there. But I just had a big meal, and I have a heart monitor thingy on, so it's putting pressure on my chest a bit. But I feel better than I felt for quite a few days. Every day it seems to be different, but when my hemoglobins go down, I do end up feeling like falling asleep. But every day, my health is going to be different. Every day, my health is going to change. And every day is a risk. Every 2, 3, 4 days, something like that, I'll be going for blood tests. And they'll probably do it in the hospital, take it straight out of my arm and do testing here. It has to be done by a nurse. Here is expensive to get to every single day. So pension-wise, since I've got that coming my way, that's going to help with all my medical expenses. It's going to help with getting to here and keeping the car and registered, insured, everything. At the end of the day, there won't be much money left. Life is going to be a lot harder. Unless you can make money, but you're not really allowed to make much money when you're on a pension or on even Centrelink. Now it's like a lifetime thing that there's no guarantees. I don't think I'll ever be earning the money that I was before. I don't even know if I'll be earning ever higher than that. All I know is it's going to be a struggle, and it's going to feel different every day. I got myself a Milo. Nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, making people aware while I'm in hospital, this is not something you'll be able to see. My condition is blood related. It's in the bone marrow. And even when they do tests on your blood, they don't necessarily see this disease, this cancer. But what they do see is when they do a bone marrow extraction, they can see the cancer. They do chemotherapy to flush it out of your system and get it out as much of it as they can. They do it ongoing to keep killing it as it keeps coming back, to control it. And the stem versus graft is when they've cleared enough of it that if the stem cells grow, they have a chance to come back and finish off the rest of the leukemia if there's any in my body. But there's also the possibility it won't win, in the sense that there will be leukemia from whatever bone marrow doesn't get removed from my body that sticks around for years, keeps fighting between the stem cells and stuff, and it's controlled to some extent. But then one day, the stem cells they've given me will get to a point where they've adapted and been like, oh yeah, you're leukemia, you're cool, you're friends, we chill. And then leukemia goes back onto its old, havoc, vicious roots of tearing you apart from the inside. Right, either could be slowly or it could be fast, could be anything. I'm treating the next 2 years like they're my last, not knowing if they will be my last. I'll enjoy them as much as I can. If I'm alive beyond that, then I want to try and take things a bit more serious. But even if I can work, there's no guarantees on how much I can handle. There's no idea of consistency or reliability anymore. And I have now a handicap of 5 to 10 kilos. That's all I'm allowed to lift. That's it. That's my max that I'm allowed to do. Beyond that, I'm not allowed to lift anything heavier than 10 kilos, so it's going to be tricky to pick. But anyway, I'm Michael. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you when I'm out of hospital, I guess.